I see a lot of people around me live lives that they deep down aren't satisfied with. Yet even while knowing this, they continue this path of their own destruction. They complain about their friends to their friends, who in return complain about them to theirs, creating a sort of circle of false friendships bonded by constant backstabbing. People who let their dreams rot in the background for the fear of people laughing at them. Laughing at them while they also have dreams and values of their own, scared to pursue them like anyone else in public in fear of people like themselves. People who laugh at ambition and people who try. They are scared of ambition rising above themselves, and they are scared of rising themselves, in the fear of falling down a step and yet again be ridiculed by others for even trying. This is a cycle of humanity and perhaps even nature in itself. And now let's not try and be hypocritical about this, because in this story of life you are as much as a victim as you are the villain. We have all laughed at someone and we have been laughed at. We have all been backstabbed by someone and have backstabbed others. We have all been helped by people and we in return have helped people back. We have hated each other and we have been hated. We have loved and we have been loved. Even though most people don't want to admit it, we are one and the same, just in a different packaging each time and every time. Everything we do has to do with the opportunity that was given to us to do so. That's why I empathize with the bullies and the bullied, with the killed and the killer and so forth. Most people think they possess some sort of moral high ground, given to them surely by the universe, in which they most definitely must be right. Yet how come, if this is the case, 8 billion others with different beliefs and values think the same about themselves? Everybody is right and everybody is wrong. There is no book of concrete truth, even though by science or by literature or by any other way there have been countless attempts to bring the truth to paper and to bring the truth to life. All these attempts until now have been in vain. They have been small parts. There is no piece of literature, nothing in this world which consists of a concrete truth. The only thing that exists is any interpretation of what this truth means to them. I call this phenomena the 6ix9ine effect. This affects everyone, and even the people who think they are always right are the ones who are affected by this the most. Seeing as you are stuck in this position and have never been out, the person across you, however, who has also never switched position in their life, is just as convinced of their own. Yet this time they're convinced of it being a 9, and they're stating it is most definitely a 9. An argument is born. Due to the limited angle of visibility, you are totally unaware of the bigger picture. Screaming and yelling at each other in disbelief. How could this person be so stupid? How could they not understand? It's clearly a 6, right? All the whilst getting more and more angry while the day passes. However, after a long day of feeling angry towards each other for the mutual misunderstanding, you guys finally are forced to rest. Yet just as you plan to rest, the glass panels around you shatter. The build-up from the constant screaming broke the glass and set you free. Now for the first time ever, they get the opportunity to walk around freely and look at the bigger picture, knowing that if they would just walk over to the perspective of the opposite, they would get a chance to understand why they were so convinced of their opinion being right, even though you disagree. Yet, just as a lot of other people around you in life today, they choose to stay put. And because both of them refuse to move, one of them mirrors the other, in fear of standing out, and also does not move a muscle, except for one, their mouth, who goes back to arguing immediately. Both mouths powered by a brain conditioned to do so. A brain that is unaware of what could have been for a lifetime. Now, however, too far conditioned out of pure ego to even consider that maybe, just maybe, looking at the situation from a different angle could have changed the course of their life for the better. A brain that, even though it acts tough, is plagued by these thoughts every once in a while, for the rest of their life. The thought of what could have been. Now, here's some rules that I found to help me not be like this. And even though it's hard, sometimes thinking back and taking a moment to reflect on the situation gives me the necessary time I need to recover my negative thoughts. Rule 1. Don't argue with people to convince them of you being right. If you argue, try to see what drives their opinion. Look at it from their perspective and ask why, and really mean this. This way you might even learn something. Because remember, you don't know what you don't know. 2. If they can't tell you why, don't waste their or your time. This is like asking why rock is made out of rock. Some things don't have reason, they just are. 3. Stop trying to always convince everyone of your truth. Because even though it is your truth, it might just be subjective to the others. This is as much draining as it is pointless. Even if you think you're objectively the best skater in the world regarding the rules and the records, there will always be people who will disagree and have a different opinion from yours. 4. Accept yourself, and in doing this, know that there will always be people who do not accept you, just as, in all honesty, even though you try so hard, there will be people you yourself won't accept for who they are. The only one that you can 100% fully know is you, the person you will be for the rest of your life, so get used to it quickly before it's too late. 5. Respect people. Let them live. There is nothing wrong with not liking people. It is not something that you have chosen to do, just as you didn't choose that you prefer not having pineapple on your pizza. Sometimes when you're in the store you might come across pineapple on a pizza, yet you do not have to eat it if you do not like eating this. The same can be done with people, and in this case you can just choose to not be around them, only if absolutely necessary. Just as by choosing not to eat the pizza, then do the same with people. You do not owe anyone your time, and even less so your effort. Spend it wisely then, just as you wouldn't throw around your money everywhere. Your time is the most valuable asset you have, because there are people willing to buy it off of you. How much your time is worth is something you decide by making the choices that make it the most valuable for the people who want it. Money can be made, time is borrowed and lost. Do not let someone who only has their best interests at heart, then, waste your time foolishly. 6. Always remember to be thankful. Life is hard, it is unfair, and most of all, it is indifferent to you as it is to others. With this in mind then, why are you surprised things happen to you, good or bad? Did you think out of 8 billion people living right now, you would be the chosen one? Now I'm not saying you cannot be sad, angry, or ever happy. Emotion is an experience that I describe as nothing short of being a privilege. For this privilege has been taken already from 109 billion people during the course of human history, who wish they had not wasted their time on foolish things. Acknowledge this privilege and make the best of it. It is your turn now. In the 13 billion years since the universe was born, all your particles have been traveling an incredible distance on a mission to eventually become you. Return them the favor they did you by making sure you get the best chance to exist out there. Existence per default is irrational, so don't expect you, an irrational being, to be rational about your existence, seeing as you barely know who you are, or barely what you are, just that you are. Knowing that whatever happens, you will be until you cease to do so. Accept yourself. Carry your emotions, mistakes, failures, successes, pain and joy with the utmost pride, for this is your only chance of being you. Thanks for watching.